Good morning. This is Sir Jeremiah Hangad here on Sir Jeremiah Hangad's classroom. Anything goes. And I have three student guests this morning in our special episode here. And we will be talking about their common experience as what is your job?
Fastfood.
Fast food chain crew. And you are also
Yes.
a fast food chain crew. And you also. How long have you been a fast food chain crew?
8 months, sir.
8 months. And what fast food is that?
Jollibee.
Jollibee. What about you?
Ano, sir? I worked there for about 1 year and 4 months.
Which company?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. And what about you? 8 months. Jollibee. So both of you were working in Jollibee before, and except for this one who's working at McDonald's. How, did you receive any training?
Yes, sir.
Okay, could you please share to our audience the rigid training that you experienced? Because you did not start as an expert crew, right? So you were trained. So what was that experience? How was that experience? Could you narrate your experience when you had your training?
It's when you're newbie for that fast food, and I have 7 days training. The first day I punch all foods and it going to the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and my 4 days I learned a lot about POS machine,
Mm-hmm.
and that's also
POS machine is the one that's in the cashier or
In the cashier.
in the cashier. Okay, what about your experience? How was that?
In my first day at work, sir, team leader introduced me wherein is the utility room, stock room, and crew crew room, sir, and kitchen. They introduced me to the people to know each other, sir, first. Second, they told me to the standard procedure of the
The handling of food.
the handling of food,
Mhm.
and the towel, sir, that you wipe in the table is colored, sir. They are colored. In the kitchen, they are color green, and in the dining area, it's color red. I am a dining server, sir.
Okay, so what is the reason behind the colored towel? Why couldn't it be white?
Not cross-contamination. Colored towels, sir.
Mm-hmm. Why should it be colored instead of white?
Not all white, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because cross-contamination, sir, you might exchange towel.
Cross contamination. So it's more of a coding
Yes, sir.
rather than the appearance, because it also makes sense to have colored towels, because if you will use white, the dirt will be shown,
Yes, sir.
and people might be disgusted with the dirt.
Yes, sir.
So
Towel.
that was your experience
Yes, sir.
in Jollibee.
They told me the standard of all responsibilities, sir.
What about your days of training at McDonald's? How did it go?
My first day sir is very hard for me because it was my first job.
Mm-hmm.
The first day is they teach me
They
using
taught
towel.
you. They taught you using what?
Like towels, and I'm a kitchen staff, sir.
Kitchen staff.
Teach me how to use spatula and other equipments in kitchen. And my fourth day is I need to create strategy to more to create more product.
So how many weeks did you undergo the said training?
The training, sir.
7 days.
7 days. 7 days. What about you?
2 weeks, sir.
2 weeks. So you were really required to master the skill of serving the food, but only you mentioned POS machine. So what was your position at that time? A cashier. You did not experience serving actual food. You also experienced.
No, sir. Restaurant.
And now you're working in a restaurant now. In the course of your 7 days training and 14 days training, were you paid? Did you receive your a sort of salary?
And ano,
Was it a regular salary, the regular rate?
Regular salary.
But it was not yet a guarantee whether you will be finally accepted or finally given the job, depending on your performance during the training.
Yes, sir.
So how did you feel after 7 days of training? How was the experience? How was the announcement done?
Some of my worries.
You were worried?
Because I didn't know if I passed the training.
Mhm. You did not know if you passed the training,
Yes.
and then
But I passed it.
You passed the
So,
training.
I'm happy.
you were happy. You finally got the job. What about you?
I'm also happy, sir, because we are all three training members, and we all passed it.
You all passed, and it would be a different feeling although you passed. But if somebody was not accepted, if somebody did not make it, then it's still a terrible feeling because you feel for the other person who failed. And how was that after 14 days of training?
sir, my 14 days training is very hard for me. And my coworker is, I get bullied, sir.
You got bullied. In what sense? How were you bullied during that time?
Ano, they not consider my, that's my first job. And,
They were not so kind and understanding to you. Now, so you worked there for 8 months. You worked there for 8 months also.
1 year and 4 months, sir.
1 year and 4 months. Now, what was the most challenging experience that you experienced in being a fast food chain crew or cashier on your part? What was the most challenging experience for you?
Just complain, sir, when they are shouting in front of me. But I remain calm and solve the problem, sir. I remain calm and talk to them what's their problem, what I'm gonna do. So I remain calm and they also remain calm, sir.
And that was is that part of your training to handle
Yes, sir.
difficult customers?
Yes.
Okay. So what was your most challenging experience in your job?
In 8 months, sir.
Yeah, in the course of 8 months.
Pandemic, sir.
Pandemic. How was it during the
It's
pandemic?
really hard, sir, to like it's they make an hard for cleaning, sir, to sanitize all that tables, the seats, the customer seats,
Okay, the sanitation practice during the pandemic was very meticulous.
and so many orders, sir, also.
Many orders because although there were no literal customers
They-
at Jollibee at that time,
Take
But-
out only, sir.
take out only,
They go in and take out on no dine,
no dining.
delivery, take out and delivery only, sir.
What about you? What was your most challenging experience?
Christmas season, sir. Because, we have so many LFO, large orders, sir.
What was that? You had so many
LFO, sir.
LFO. What does it stand for?
Yun, yun, sir. Mga large order po yun.
Large orders. So I'm looking for the F. The L and O, large order. But the F is large,
Food, large food order.
large food order. Anyway, so how was it challenging?
Because, we have time to finish the order. And, in a short time period,
You had to do it quick
yes, sir.
in a short time period in order to satisfy. You do not want to allow the customers to wait for that long.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
They will complain.
They will complain. And how were you evaluated in your job? Was it a weekly evaluation or monthly evaluation? Or were there evaluations
Further,
conducted by your managers? quarterly evaluation. How how was it done? Did they talk to you personally, one on one?
Yes, sir.
They audit us.
They audited you. And are you still working?
No, sir.
No. What about you?
Yes, sir.
You're still working in another fast food chain,
Another pass. Ano, sir? Resto bar.
resto bar, and you are working in another resto bar also. What made you stop working?
No, sir. In Jollibee, I
And
stopped,
Jollibee, but right now
sir. I'm working.
you're working. Is it a fast food chain also?
Restaurant, sir.
Restaurant. Now I understand that you are a working student. Does it mean that you you take care of all of your expenses for your college education?
Yes, sir.
Because I was also a working student way back in college. In fact, I was a working student from elementary to college. I literally spent for my education, and that is why this topic of our talk show is really close to my heart, because that was my experience before. But admittedly, I did not experience working in a restaurant or food chain. My line of work was totally different from yours. I was more into typing and encoding and vending at the same time. But the common denominator is that I spent for my education and you are now spending for your education. You are not depending on your parents. So, is poverty a hindrance to success? Is poverty a hindrance to success? Is it enough reason for a student to stop studying because they don't have money? No. Take note of this, our dear listeners. Poverty is not a hindrance to success, and the three of them answered with a resounding no. Poverty is not a hindrance to success, and I am a living testimony to that. Now, probably aspiring college students, senior high school graduates may be watching us right now. So what message do you want to tell them?
Don't stop chasing your dreams.
Don't stop chasing your dream. Expound on that further. Okay, don't stop chasing your dream. Maybe you want to expound that message to our audience. What do you want to say to them?
It's hard to you to study. Uh, Someone else is harder working and studying.
If you ever complain that you experience hardship, just condition your mind that the condition of other people may be worse than yours. That's it. So you have to overcome all of those hurdles. What do you want to say to our audience? You face the camera.
Education is the key to success, and if you want to graduate in college, do your best.
Also, believe yourself.
Believe in yourself. That means you have to be confident, but importantly, believe in God. You have to trust in God. You have to depend on Him, because He is the source of our strength. Okay, thank you so much for being cooperative this morning in our another episode here on Sir Jeremiah Hangad's classroom. And I hope that you found this episode entertaining and informative, and at the same time a learning experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.